Say the day we are talk about it with the not true. What did I talk about? What's up with that gonna make? What's the name? I don't know.
Pounded yam.
Powdered yam. Boy. You know, I'm take one nice fish, but I take you. See there? What are this again on my mouth?
Hey Tanya, can I try some?
Oh my god.
Thank you, treat you, sponge.
So you know the pan camera right now, so not me I talk about it on the camera. You speak food on the camera. So we're eating pounded yam with saltfish. What is name Tanya? Where name? Where name? African food we're eating guys. Hey!
Timo. Cherry, I taste. I gave it to you to taste it.
So taste me, taste it.
Alright, can I
One more taste.
Cherry, I'm a food.
One more taste.
Cherry,
guys.
you'll get free food with chicken. This is my dinner. Alright, don't try the vlog. Don't try the vlog. Cherry, don't the vlog, Cherry.
African food. Both saltfish and chicken. And clean. So them do it in Africa. Nah, see my face. Any want some? Want some?
No.
Why not?
I didn't hear.
We can go taste it. Go, Auntie Carlia.
Come taste this. Come taste this.
Guys, we don't have the
Here.
a lot of gravy to go with it, but let me tell you, this is really good.
It's pounded. Pounded.
Really good.
Yeah.
Give me that. This is really good, guys. I have to try it at home.
You didn't want to do it.
Okay, Alina. So yes, she had declared so it tastes good. It's good, guys. It's good. I watch African movie and see everyone do it. Dip in there. Yeah. They normally have them water beside them. Wash off there, not true? I wash them in a pipe. This is really good, guys. Really good. Alright, I don't want to bite my tongue. So, stay tuned. Guys, the Saturday morning is lively. It is laundry day. So I have started my washing bright and early. So that's what is going on for day 5. As you can see, it's down here. Can you see? Yes, it's live and in charge down there. So I'm gonna get something to eat while laundry is being done. They are mowing their lawn. They're cutting the grass. Yeah. So that's what is going on top of the Saturday morning vlogcation day number 5. Look at him go. I know he is enjoying the ride as much as he is working. Oh Lord. Wonder if you want to give me a try, guys. Wanna give me a try? This one is just using the law, what we call it, weed whacker. That's what we call it in Jamaica, the weed whacker. Guys, we are outside. outside. Yes, it's another beautiful day right around here in Weymouth, and we are going on the road. We are going to a job fair. Pray that we get some jobs now. Hey, so I'm taking you on this journey with us today. So stay tuned. We are outside. Today's a hot day. Hot day. Feels like summer now.
Mommy, look at those.
Yeah.
From this point of view, I feel like it's hard for people in our culture to save up our money because we always want like the newest Nike, the newest bag, the newest whatever. But even nowadays,
It's a bit
we have
dark
social
in
media
here.
in our face. It's kind of hard to even want to work in the first place because we have all these
Come over
rappers
this side,
and
Christina.
artists and everyone else in our face telling us that getting it out the mud is what you're supposed to do. We're making people ashamed of where they're starting at, whether if they have money or if they don't have money. So now, people our age, they want to start from the bottom and they really want to go through that struggle, even if they don't need to go through that struggle. So we'll have resources around us and they won't want to take advantage of those resources because everyone's in our face talking about, oh, you gotta get it through this way, you gotta get it through that way, or you gotta become a rapper or a basketball player, just the stereotypical things that I feel like we need to really rework our mindset around in order to really become the people that we want to be in the future. And I know it's also hard for me because I believe I am a workaholic myself. I have been balancing 2 to 3 jobs, summer, so it depends on the summer and the school year because I always obviously have school years to balance as well since I was 14. And I always know that like if I do spend the money, I will get it back. That's my problem because I always work. So I'm still working on this myself. I'm not saying that we need to rework it right now. We need to start saving now and all the other stuff. Take your time with it, but just be aware of what you are doing and that you don't need to go through that struggle that everyone is telling you that you need to go through. If you are starting at a different level than someone else, use that as your advantage. Don't try to pedal backwards in order to go forwards. That doesn't make sense. But that's all I have to say.
So, I'm just going to elaborate on that as well. I just feel like our people will have a lot of generational wealth. I don't know if everyone agrees with me. I kind of feel like that's a major setback when someone gets an inheritance. They definitely have a step ahead. So, I don't think anyone in this room ever received an inheritance, generational wealth. No? But I also want to elaborate because growing up I was able to see both sides. So although I was living in the hood, my dad was chasing fame and he still is living a lavish lifestyle. So my dad is Mark Wahlberg's right-hand man, so I get to see both sides. So I would definitely say, do the things that make you happy, go after your dreams. The first time I touched $1,000, I was 9 years old. It was from shoveling snow. We had a snowstorm, me and my boy, we had 2 shovels, shoveling the whole block. You name it, we went right across the street. So I grew up in the South End, right across the street from my neighborhood is Brownstones. So we was able to make a lot of money. And yeah, a lot of our friends followed suit. They ended up on the news, we didn't, but we was making money, that's all we cared about. And we was able to buy stuff that we couldn't afford, so, definitely apply that pressure when you feel like you got an idea because you may never know. And never let nobody tell you that you can't.
I'm going to talk about savings again because
high school officer, to John D. O'Brien, I don't know, I came up with the trend that I'm not gonna match. And I probably looked crazy, but I owned it. And then I was that kid that was like, oh wow, she thinks she's cool. I gave off that perception of I'm cool, and they believed it. I believed it, and it was all good. So I did that because, again, I was in a budget. I purchased stuff in a budget, but I was savvy enough to save, and I was savvy enough to purchase a home early on. So believe in yourself. Don't believe these pictures. They're not real.
Right.
So the question was, right, I want to echo what everyone says. It doesn't sound like anybody up here has a lack of a work ethic, right? It doesn't sound like any of you have a lack of work ethic because you're in here, you're learning, you're here on a Saturday trying to expand what you know. So work ethic has never been the issue. I would say our relationship with money in our community, two things we need to really, really focus on. One is credit, and the other one is understanding cash flow. To start with credit. Who here has checked? You don't have to tell me your score. Who has checked your credit report in the last 30 days? That's not enough hands, right? All of us should have checked our credit report in the last 30 days. And one of the things I think that our community really struggles with credit is we don't want to owe anybody nothing. We love saying this is mine. I'm scared of owing somebody and somebody taking it away from me. But there's good credit and there's bad credit, right? There's credit to leverage to get something that's a luxury, something you might not need. And there's credit to leverage something that makes you more money. And that's the type of credit I'm talking about. That's why you need a good credit score, so you can buy income-generating property, so you can buy businesses, so you can buy things that actually increase the amount of money you're making. That's how you change the net worth from $8 or $0 on the Dominican side, so that we get to that $240,000 that some other people in Boston who live right next door to us have. The other thing we talk about, I would say that we need to really study, right? And I really would say go home and look up on YouTube like credit videos, understanding credit, how to improve your credit. You don't need to pay any money for this. It's all free on YouTube. We live in the information age. Although they say I agree, do not believe in social media and like the snapshots, but do believe in the free information. Go out there, study, and do your research on it. The second thing I would say is cash flow. Understanding the difference between being profitable and having money in your hand, right? Because you can go out, do a job, make $1,000. I'm not calling it, I'm just giving an example. You could go out, make $1,000, but it costs you $1,500 to get the job done. You're really down $500, but you have $1,000 in your hand and you feel like you have money. So understanding what cash flow means, like how much money is in your hand versus the income and profit. And I think those two things are going to be the key to running a successful business, but also to changing our relationship with money. Understanding how to leverage our credit, to use it to make money, not just to get luxuries, and understanding cash flow. When we get our paycheck might be $5,000, might be $2,000, might be $10,000. Understanding how many bills are coming out ahead of time, and understanding that just because my bank account says $2,000 doesn't mean I actually have $2,000. $1,800 is going out tomorrow. So if I spend this $2,000 today, I'm going to be in a bad situation. Understanding those two things, cash flow and credit.
I love it. I want to say, today's 15th, yeah, my cousin's birthday. Oops. All right. So July 2nd, July 2nd will make it a year since I buried my mother, right? And I'm going to give it a different perspective because let me be respectful. I'm sick and tired of seeing GoFundMes. The GoFundMe account that's happening in our community every time someone dies, and a lot of us older parents, because I have a son, I'm not talking about the kids right now, but a lot of the adults in the room, if you don't have life insurance, we gotta do your life insurance right here, no plug, but it is what it is, right? If you don't have life insurance, what sucks is grieving while going into debt to bury somebody. Everyone knows the city of Boston gets a little crazy in the summertimes. Unfortunately, a kid got shot a couple days ago, another kid died a couple days ago. We're burying people at an alarming rate when it comes to the summertime. And the worst thing that's going to happen is that I'm going to see a whole bunch of GoFundMe accounts, GoFundMe pages on social media, not realizing that we can actually help benefit our family trajectory in the next generation and all that generational wealth stuff by just having life insurance. It's crazy. It's sad. It's tragic. I have seen so many people hit me up like, yo, Kurt, can you just donate $50 because we're trying to bury this person properly? That shit breaks my heart. Like you're trying to find a proper way to bury the dead, not realizing that memory of how it's happening is going to cause the trauma that you keep in grief properly for the next 5 to 10 years. So I'm begging y'all, if you're an adult, learn about the term insurance, the perm insurance, all of that. I'm not the expert when it comes to it. We got experts here, but please do yourself a service because you can benefit. I'm watching some of these rich people. They have life insurance that they're using while they're alive. Like there's ways that it can benefit you as a mechanisms in the cycle to get rich, but unfortunately we're all gonna die in here. And you can help the next generation just by having life insurance. Please do yourself that service.
So just to add to that from a mental health perspective, I just want to start with your relationship with money starts with the relationship with yourself. You need to understand for yourself in terms of what is pushing you or motivating you to use money the way you are using money, right? So that's really what it is knowing yourself and what money means to you. Is it a means to an end or an end to a meaning, right? So it's really understanding for yourself. So that's where I would go with the young folks. And going back to parents, the relationship you have with money is the relationship your children will also have with money. Because they are observing what you are doing. You may not say anything, you may not speak it, but they watch you. They watch how you use money, they watch what you do with money, they watch how you talk about money, they listen to how you talk about money, and that's where they're getting their education from. So I just want to put this plug into parents that it's important that you as parents understand what your relationship with money is, so that your young person could also get a sense of what relationship with money is. One thing I heard Victor says is that she learned at an early age to save, right? I would imagine she got it from somewhere, right? From an adult, someone she might have been watching and seeing them do that, or someone who was encouraging her to do that. So I didn't have a good relationship with money because my parents didn't have a good relationship with money. But I did have a good sense of what it means to budget, because I saw my dad budgeting, but my mother was very different. And oftentimes we tend to hold on to the things or pick up on the things that are not so positive per se, and we'll lean towards the things that looks exciting and fun. But now that you are young, it's important to at least put a percentage away of whatever amount of money you're making. Whether it's 2%, you decide what that percentage is, but start saving now.
And you know, I think that you really struck a chord when you talked about our relationship with money, because sometimes we don't value ourselves, and that is also part of the process when we're thinking about how we spend our time, how we spend our money. And that relationship is like, it's a muscle. You have to keep practicing, putting a little bit aside. Even if it's just $10 for your paycheck, if you do that all the time, then you'll get into a rhythm. And then you won't even miss it. You know, so it's really about changing your mindset. I'm gonna switch up real quick. We'll talk a little bit about the workforce and like how we navigate going through that process, going to a job, how you show up. I'm going to go to you, because you know that's what your job is all about. So talk to us a little about some things that you have seen young people do and some tips on what they should be doing differently.
Okay, so I have a perfect example. I mean, I'm not all that old, I'm only 29. So when I freshly graduated from college, you know, I was trying to figure out what I was trying to do. I was interning for the state of Massachusetts for the Registry of Motor Vehicles during the time. I was working 3 jobs, full-time student, and honestly, like, speak about wellness too. My best friend died in the middle of that process, and it was real hard for me So I started out Curry, went to Worcester State. That's when my best friend passed away. I probably went through the worst time of my life, and I was very negative. And you know, things weren't happening for me. And I went back to my old school. I was around my family again, and it really motivated me, you know, but just to never fail again. But back to the point of workforce. So when I got to Goodwill, and Marjorie's not here right now, he left. My first interview, I came with nothing in my hand. And actually my best friend's older brother was the recruiter. And he's the one that texted me like, oh, the director said you have nothing in your hand. And we're like, you don't care. I was all slouched in the chair like this. I'm like, oh. I sit up looking around like, where's he at? So my second interview, I made sure I had something in my hand. And it was a great conversation. And, you know, it was the first time someone asked me, what am I looking to do as far as professional development? And what are my goals for the next 5 years? And literally 5 years later, I got promoted twice. I'm a manager now, and just giving back to my community everywhere I can. So I'm also a football coach as well. Football has been one of my passions, and it was a thing that me and my best friend always did. So this is my way of still connecting with him. So I coach youth at Mattapan Patriots for 12 you. I'm an offensive coordinator, and I also coach at Wilmington Regional High School at the varsity level. So, yeah.
I love that, and full disclosure, I used to work at Goodwill many years ago with Madre. I used to do workforce development for women who were coming out of welfare. It's called DTA now. But when I did that job, they gave me a big curriculum to train the women on how to get a job, and I threw away that curriculum and I designed my own because I wanted women to find a career. Because we should not have to just get whatever we get and we don't get upset. We still need to be able to make sure that we're true to ourselves. And I'm happy to say that 12 years later, all the women that graduated from my program are still employed. And so when we think about workforce development, and when we think about what this moment calls for, is about making sure that everybody is living their purpose in life. And when we do that, you will never feel like you work. Because when you love what you do, it will never feel like you're doing something that is like, oh, I gotta go to work. You should love, we should get to a place, right, in our lives that we're doing things that bring us joy. And everything that we do, you can make money from. I worked at MTV, y'all, for 10 years. And when I walked into that space, I wanted to be anything but myself because I did not think I belonged there. And when I started being who I was, I got more airplay than anyone else on that show. And I say this because sometimes we get in our own way of our greatness. And I think after being at MTV for 10 years, this is what I learned. They package us. They research us. They look at our swag, how we dress, how we talk, our music, and then they repackage it and sell it right back to you plus tax. And I say that because you as young people, you already have everything that everybody is trying to do. You should be the producers and the directors of your own life because you got that swag that everybody's making money off of right now.
I love it. So we talked a little bit about the workforce. We talked a little bit about wealth building. We talked a little bit about mental health. I want to engage the youth right now. Oh, look at y'all smiling. The Kool-Aid smiles over there. I love it. So, what age y'all? 18 and 19? I would love to know, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. And you guys in college around there? Huh?
It's my second year.
Can we clap it up for the college kids? Now, from y'all perspectives, because y'all about to go into the workforce, what would you like to see assisted? What assistance would you like to receive from the older generation as you guys are looking to transition out of college and being like full-time adults now? Like it's going to get real. yeah, real life adulting. You might have to pay rent and taxes.
Okay, so what I would like to see from the adults in my life that are already in the workforce is just letting me do what I was here to do. When I am at work, sometimes I feel like, not at MPDC, but when I'm doing some, because I have a great relationship with my coworkers, when I am working sometimes at an event and I meet someone that I don't really know, and they tell me to go do something, and then they look over me and they tell me never mind, or they're bossing me around just a little bit too much, it just feels like you are underestimating me, and I was put in this position for a reason. I wasn't put in this position on accident, so I feel like we shouldn't be underestimating our youth because we are young. I feel like when it comes to my life specifically, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but when it comes to my life specifically, sometimes I meet some adults that are just like, well, you young kids here, you young kids there, you guys don't really know much, all the other stuff, you guys are stuck in your phones, this, that, and the third, because I am 18. But that's not really the case. If I wasn't capable of completing this job, then I wouldn't have been here in the first place. So what I want to acknowledge, what I want you guys to acknowledge is that if the youth weren't meant to do it, the youth wouldn't be there. So if they are there, please let them do their job and please let them learn and expand their knowledge.
I'm still thinking a little bit, but I think it's important for like people older than me, just like kind of instill the confidence and respecting me that like that they're just considering I think one of the biggest things that has happened in my life is like having the adults around me have confidence in me to go to college, finish high school. So like not a lot of like young black people like, are able to do that under whatever circumstances they are. Just like be able to be confident in me, let me do me, and let me shine the best way that I can shine. Without them letting me shine, I wouldn't be in this position that I'm in right now. Like being able to be a parent, be able to go out there and network. Yeah, like this confidence is the word.
Just finishing here at the job fair. Pertinent information for our young people, a lot of guidance. I hope you all watch it and let your kids watch it to get some insight going out there into the work world. We're in the launch now, getting some pizza and some juice. So I hope you all enjoyed that little session there, the panel discussion. Are now at Tropical Food Store. Tropical food. And once you hear tropical food, you know we're talking about Caribbean food, right? Yeah, not just Jamaican food, but Caribbean food. So we are making a quick stop here. Right, so guys, I said Caribbean, didn't I? Yeah. Yes, baby. So we have mangoes over here. We have breadfruit. We have lettuce. I almost said cabbage. If I could not read, I would have called them cabbage. And over here we have some corn. We have some tomatoes. We have some limes. We have some lemons, mangoes again, lemons, and we have orange. We have pineapple. Joanna. We have ourselves some avocado. We have some really big onions, bananas, ripe bananas. We have ourselves some strawberries. We have broccoli. And we have raspberries. And over here we have some African stuff over here. Yes, baby?
When I come back here,
the strawberry, yes, we gotta get some strawberry.
Yeah, when I come back
some
here,
cocoa
I can get
here,
the
African yam.
Strawberry.
Yes, so we have some African foods over here. Yes, and Alina is just excited for the fruits, the strawberries. Yes.
I want raspberries.
You want strawberries?
Yeah, and raspberries.
Alright, and raspberries. Alright, you're gonna get them all. See, we have some great stuff here. Grace pumpkin mix, Grace chicken noodle, and see we have callaloo packed by Grace as well here. Huh? Yeah. So we have some ackee right here, guys. Jamaican ackee Grace. A rainy Sunday, guys, here in Raymond. It is raining cats and dogs. It is pouring, and it's a very cool day. I can appreciate the rain this morning. It is the Lord's day, and as it rain and pour, as it pour, I pray that the Spirit of the Lord will outpour in your life today. I pray that the abundance of the Lord will be outpoured in your life today. Like the rain, showers of blessings will come your way. I came out, stay back, Alina. When I came out this morning and gave you a little peek, show you that it was raining. It wasn't pouring. It wasn't pouring like this. Now there is a flash flood warning out for this area here in Wilmot. Yes, a lot. It is raining a lot, guys. It is pouring. Let me take a pour. It is pouring. Pouring. So you know that today is stay in day. We can't go anywhere. We just have to stay in, eat some nice food, and keep ourselves warm. The weather is nice so, guys. Raining and the weather is really nice. Yes, it's just cool and nice. Not excessively cold. It is just cool.